Good day, folks. What a pleasant and warm way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focal Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focal Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. Good day, folks. What a pleasant and warm way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focal Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focal Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. All right, a pleasant good afternoon. What a warm and pleasant way to welcome you again to your informative sports magazine program, Focal Sports Insight, here on Focal Online TV. On this program, we bring you accurate and in-depth analysis of a development from the world of sports with special emphasis on football in Liberia. So on today's edition of our program, like we posted on our official Facebook page, we said we're going to be looking at the protest action that has been carried out for almost a month by some football fans, stakeholders, and other actors. The guys are calling for the unconditional resignation of Mustafa Raji as president of the Liberia Football Association. And they are also calling for the unconditional dismissal of Ansou Keita as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. Days after days, they have been protesting. We've been following the protest action. At some point in time, they will move at the headquarters of the Liberia Football Association. And another point in time, you will see the guys assembling at the Orange GSM company on the bypass to demand the resignation of Mustafa Raji. The guys have 6 counts. We're going to read all the counts. Who are those behind this call? What are their reasons?
Just take a shot.
Sorry, we'll take a short break due to some technical reasons and be back. Good day, folks. What a pleasant and warm way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focal Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focal Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. All right, so thanks for rejoining us. We are back here on Focal Sports Insight, live on Focal Online TV. For those of you joining our broadcast, we want to say thanks for joining us. Please share our videos. You can invite others to follow the show. So it's a 1-hour sports magazine program. We're going to be talking about the protesters. The guys have been protesting consistently, calling for the unconditional resignation of Mustafa Raji as president of the Liberia Football Association. Several counts we've been following the process, and so like I said, I started following this process on the 17th at the Samuel Khan Sports Complex in Pinsville when I went to provide live coverage on behalf of my station when the Lone Star of Liberia had a 2026 World Cup qualifier first match against Malawi. We saw a group of guys holding placards at the premises of the Samuel Khan Sports Complex with different inscriptions on it. Some of them were calling for the unconditional dismissal of Ansou Keita as head coach of the national team due to his dismal performance over the term. The Lone Star of Liberia for the past 7 games we are yet to record a win. lot of defeats, managed to only get a draw. So he has been dismal on the part in terms of performance. So the guys have been calling for the unconditional dismissal. And some of them too also had inscription calling for the unconditional resignation of Mustafa Raji. The guys were chanting or anti-slogans against the Raji administration. Raji should go. Raji is killing football in this country. Raji administration is corrupt. And a whole lot of things they've been saying. So we've been following the process and it continued up to the 19th when we had a game at SKD between Sierra Leone and that of Egypt. And on the 20th, when the Lone Star of Liberia played Equatorial Guinea, again, we also witnessed the protest action. Some of these guys, they said some of them credible information were receiving, some of them are insiders, some of them part of the Liberia Football Association. One Yudu Meadow has been leading the protest. We learned that he's part of LFA. I think he's been suspended for some time indefinite or what. Wilmer Smith, former Legends director, he used to work with the Liberia Football Association. He's also one person who's been alleged behind this entire protest action. The guys have been agitating that Mustafa Raji should resign unconditionally as president of the Liberia Football Association. So we went to read all the counts, like we said, the guys have placards. They've been visiting the headquarters of the Liberia Football Association and that of Orange GSM headquarters on the bypass. Raji must step down, Raji must go, and there are a lot of inscriptions. So we have it there. We have, like we said, 6 counts. Number one, the guys are saying Raji can give account for the LFA headquarters project. They have been years. They said since the construction of the Liberia Football Association headquarters, the newly constructed headquarters somewhere in the Pinsville Belt around the boulevard there, where LFA had the headquarters. They are saying Raji cannot give account of that project. How much was spent on the project? You need to give account. So they've been demanding that you should give account as part of transparency, accountability, and leadership. But I think again, I was fortunate to have formed part of a media dialogue with the Liberia Football Association. When President Mustafa Raji explained several things regarding that project, he said it is difficult now to come over face a man regarding this project because there have been some issues with the project. They and the contractors there have been talks regarding the work that was done, the quality of work. I think there should be some level of touches or finishing touches or what have you. So it is difficult now to come out and say, oh, this is the amount spent on this project. Then tomorrow again, you come in out with another figure. The public is not going to trust you. So he's saying that his administration or the leadership at the LFA is now refusing to say we're going to come up with a report regarding this project. But taking into consideration the circumstances surrounding the projects wherein the contractors, they are still indebted to us because of the quality of work. There are a lot of other finishing touches need to be done on the project. So taking into consideration that we might incur additional costs or there will be or less in the cost for the project, then you come to the public and you say this is the amount we spent for the LFA headquarters, and in the end you have to come back with another figure. I think it killed the trust in the public. It killed the trust in the public. It killed the trust in the public. So he cannot come over fix a man. But the guys have been protesting. They say Raji must go because he cannot give account of the LFA headquarters project. That is one of the camp. Number two, the guys are saying since 1936, Liberia football is in its worst state under Mustafa Raji. Like we said, we're going to run analysis through some of their points with regards to whether they are really been sincere or not, or whether some of these things it has been premeditated, it has been stage managed, whether there are people behind all of these protest action to undermine the Raji's administration. You are saying since 1936, Liberia football is in its worst state under Raji. That is one of the facts. And for some of us, everything you say, this is about Liberia, this is about football. Sports is used to promote unity, talents all around the world, specifically football. A lot of people find that is another means for people getting better livelihood because we see people play football not just on the local stage, on the international stage. We know how football help to transform your life, your environment, your country, and a whole lot what they can do. So if you are saying since 1936 football in Liberia is in its worst form under the Raji administration, are you really being sincere? For us, we do not support either of the sides, whether those calling for Raji resignation or those that are saying Raji should remain there, he's doing well. No. But from a balanced, objective, and independent perspective, we want to say, I think to some extent, the guys are not being reared in their second camp. That football is in this West State. I mean, West State under the Raji administration. For us who've been following football over the year religiously, it is a good thing that some of us we will also play football before or venturing to sports journalism, ensuring that we can help to report most of the happenings on the local scene in terms of football. I can vividly recall during our active days in football, you can record a number of teams in this country. Now, many football teams at the time, even at the premier level when we were playing football, were even receiving what we call salary in this country. At the end of the league season in Liberia at the time, people who won awards in various categories were only certificated. At the time, we were struggling with just the Anthony Tottenham Stadium to play almost all of our league matches, and some of that used to be the reason for which we call match facing. But take for example, you will have to wait for IE to play Barrow, and after IE and Barrow game tomorrow, Watanga will have to go play Leska. After already knowing the result from IE and Barrow game, Watanga is going to play Leska. There's a probability or possibility for match facing, because having known the result from the already played game, you can determine how to make your arrangement for the game. But today it is different. Football in Liberia is being decentralized. Game will be playing at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium. Another point, game will be playing at the Tusa Fee. Game will be playing at the Doris Witherspoon Page in Buchanan. Game will be playing at the Nese Do Sports Stadium in Kakata. Game will be playing at the Thomas Floor Stadium in Nima County. Different venues across the country. The process is decentralized to avoid match facing. So when we say football is in the West State, when you use the word West, it is West. We don't West when you say West in terms of what? Because if you just say West and you just want to say on the overall football is in the West State, then we don't want to agree with you. Today, the Raji administration, there's some level of partnership that the guys have been able to ensure that they can provide subsidy for clubs participating in the upper and the lower division to help with player salaries and run other day-to-day expense of the various clubs. It is happening under this administration of Raji. I'm not saying that Mustafa Raji as a president has been 100%. I'm not saying he's a sin. I'm not here to defend him. But when you say football under the Raji administration is in his West State, then I begin to wonder where in under the Raji administration, Liberia had won a slot at the level of CAF, at the CDA, at the level of the Confederation of African Football. We are very respected. We have a slot, we have representative there, actively participating, and other things been happening. That the annual Liberia Football Association award at the yearly award ceremony for the past 3 years, we've been following the annual event. You notice that people from different categories at the end of the year, from the league season, they walk away with fabulous prices as compared to those days, like I said, when we were playing football. Today, a most valuable player for the third time in a row has walked away with a brand new vehicle. That's a life-changing thing for you. It started with Fred Brooks. I think it started with Christopher Jackson. I think 4 now. It should be 4. We started with Christopher Jackson. From Christopher Jackson, we went to Fred Brooks. From Fred Brooks, we went to Sidiki Kroma. And now we have Edward Lennon. And not just the male category, the female category too. The winners have also been walking the road with fabulous presses. They have been carrying car. Also, as during the case of the male category. So it is the same. Highest goal scorer, sometimes you walk away with 300,000, 400,000. Best defender, sometimes walk away with 150,000, 200,000. Best referee male, best female referee, fair play team, and best coach. These are at least improvement. These are at least improvement. So when you say football is in this West State, I don't know. Yes, in ranking of recent, agree that Liberia we have dropped in terms of FIFA ranking here. The performance on the angle of the national team hasn't been very welcome and improving. But on the local scene, I think a lot have been done on the part of the administration of the Raji. Even the Imbattle project that you are talking about today, several years, Liberia Football Association will be launching at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium, where we had the headquarters of the Liberia Football Association. But today, we have a well furnished and constructed headquarters under the administration of Mustafa Raji. Although there have been some issues, people talking about accountability about the project, he haven't given report or whatsoever. But we have a 40 bill structure in place today that is passing the Liberia Football Association. And somebody is saying football is in this West State, I don't know. When you say West, I think you have to go further to explain what do you mean by West and not just leaving it open like that. So that has been the situation. The guys have been protesting consistently. We've been following the protest action, like we said. Till today, we respect the decision of people protesting, calling for the resignation of the president of the Liberia Football Association and that of the dismissal of Coach Asu Keita. We respect the right, but equally so, where one right end, like we said, is where another right begin, another one right begin. When you come to the public space with some of these plans or allegations against somebody, I think you should be honest enough. So that characterization to say football under the Rajiv administration of football since 1936 in Liberia under this Rajiv administration is in its worst state. I think it is now being fair to the Rajiv-led administration. There have been some scraps made. There are lapses. We agree to that. This is why we say Rajiv is not error-free. Yes, there are flaws. There are other things. He's not 100%. But to say football is in his worst state, I think to some extent I would disagree with you strongly. Because if we can do a comparative analysis about football under the administration of Azeta Wesley to that of Musa Belete, you come to Mustafa Raji, you do a critical analysis of the TD administration. For me, I'm saying this is my view or opinion. I think Raji is the best among the three that have been mentioned of the Azeta Wesley, the Mustafa Belete administration, and that of Mustafa Raji currently. So we cannot just come and say football is in this West state. I think we're not being honest. Now, the third count, they say we want Raji to give account for the 15 million he has received since he became LFA president. Again, this is another allegation being leveled against Mustafa Raji. Somebody is talking about 15 million. I cannot speak to that to say Mustafa Raji have received 15 million since he took over as president of Liberia Football Association. Again, this is an allegation. The burden of proof lies on the accuser. So you are telling all that Raji has received 15 million. He has failed to account for this money on his stewardship as president of the Liberia Football Association. So we need the empirical evidences to ensure or to substantiate the claims from the guys who are protesting, like the likes of Yuru Miller, the other guys that could say Wilmot Smith, the former legend boss. He's also part of the guys who have been pushing for Mustafa Raji to resign as president of the Liberia Football Association. Wilmot Smith have been following in chat room. He been displaying some photos or read from code I know from a company. He said there are issues raised against the Liberia Football Association, against the Raji-led administration, or I don't know for whatsoever money that the administration of Mustafa Raji is indebted to them for the project, the Liberia Football Association headquarters. So Wilmot Smith and others who are calling for this or the resignation of Mustafa Raji, we respect their position strongly. It is their right to do so, but again, you must come forth with evidence to substantiate all of these allegations or claims against Mustafa Raji. Other than that, people are going to see this process as stage managed, probably because you were in administration yesterday and you are now there today. So you are doing everything possible probably to honor this administration. But if you are sincere enough, that's why I say we respect it is your right to do what you guys are doing. But to ensure that what you are doing, you should come with honesty and sincerity. I think that matters a lot. Now, the fourth count from the part of the protesters, those guys calling for Mustafa Raji resignation, the guys are saying Raji is not giving account for own sponsorship due to the national team. This one again, I think I have to come in defense. I'm not coming in defense as a pro Raji fanatics. Like I said, I do not support. I am not the PRO of the Liberia Football Association. Again, I am now a supporter of one calling for Raji to say Raji should remain there. He's doing extremely well. But just I think in a month there was a recent media dialogue with the Liberia Football Association and all of the sports journalists at the headquarters of the Liberia Football Association. I was part of that meeting. It was almost a 6 hours interactive dialogue. All of the media colleagues were there. We were there. We had different talking points, and particularly this sponsorship deal was part of the discussion. It was made clear from the angles of Mustafa Raji and the leadership of the Liberia Football Association. They disclosed the full amount with regard to the orange sponsorship deal. I think it is in the sum of something like 252,000 United States dollars annually. I think something in that tune. and that money is being given to the Labrador Football Association, it will interest you to know that the entire money that is given to LFA, 100%, that money is being given right back to the league from the angle of the Labrador Football Association. Man, you, like I said, we talk about subsidy. Each one of the first division clubs receive over 3,000 plus United States dollars from LFA from as part of that sponsorship deal. This money is given to first division clubs in the country. I'm not saying they say we were in the meeting, the club's president were there. Some of them they attested to it, they admitted to it that yes, that Mustafa Rashid is giving this money to our club every year from the sponsorship deal. It is intended to provide. It is intended to serve as a subsidy for clubs to help to play the players and run their day-to-day activities. So when you talk about the orange sponsorship deal, I think you now be honest because the media is in the know of this information that the sponsorship deal, how much LFA is receiving. We were part of it. We when we left from that meeting, I think some of our colleagues we flagged it all on our respective pages how much LFA is receiving from the orange sponsorship deal. The money is being given back to the teams, the lower league teams, some of the sub committees, the second division clubs, the female club. All the money is being distributed around equally to serve as a subsidy for players' compensation and club operational funds. So again, like I said, these guys that are calling for Mustafa Raji unconditional resignation as president of the Labrador Football Association. Yes, we respect some of the points, but I think some of the points, to some extent, there's some dark cloud over these points. And when you come to the public space with allegations against public officials, especially something that border around the issue of a trust and integrity, we should be honest enough. Yes, we respect your position to call for Mustafa Raji unconditional resignation as president of the Labrador Football Association. But to some extent, let's be honest, the leg of Yuru Middle, the legs of Wilmot Smith, and other guys behind the protest, you can't tell me that you are not in the know of this sponsorship deal. Something that has been disclosed fully to the public. Everybody know how much Orange is giving to the Labrador Football Association for the entire sponsorship deal, and you come back, you say it is a camp for which Raji must go. I think, no, we have to rule that out. That other can is not being honest. No. Raji is now a sin. Like I said, I'm not praising Mustafa Raji. Look at the other can. You said since 1936, football in Liberia under the Raji administration is in West State. Do you want some of us to agree? It is our right and responsibility, to fill the public, I think, with the necessary information, because there are other people out there that will be, out there who are following regularly on the social media. They will come across the information without investigating, without censoring this information. They could just run out there with a relay to other people and provide a kind of negative image for Raji and the Labrador Football Association. Football is not in West State. Like I stated earlier, I think there have been some level of progress. Yes, we are struggling, and I think the point where we are struggling at is from the angle of the Liberia's national team in terms of performance or recent. Then we'll have to go back to the grassroots football that we started. Yeah, the administration of Mustafa Raji, we started on a very good footing, building an under 17 team, under 20, that these guys will grow and develop and be able to take over the national team of Liberia that other countries did. But again, at some point in time, they have to abandon the under 17, under 20, took Ansu Keita from the under 20, and you brought him to the national team. He's not performing. These are some of the flaws on the part of Mustafa Raji. We want to be very clear. We want to be very honest in this conversation. But to say football is in his West State, I think we will strongly disagree with you on that point. Yeah, there have been some flaws. There have been some missteps on the part of Mustafa Raji. But again, we should equally say that Raji has made some strides in terms of transforming football from one level to another in Liberia, most especially on the local stage. Today, games are decentralized all across the country. There are many stadiums all across the country. Of recent, we were in a meeting again. They have just secured a land in Lofa. The Labrador Football Association received the official deed for that land. They will be able to go and do the soil testing and other things to ensure that the project can start. I learned there are some negotiations for the BYC fee that used to be used for BYC at their home. I think LFA is on some negotiations to ensure that we can have that fee to use it for some of our league games. Those are progress again that we are also making. So the guys that are protesting, they have some points here. We respect those points. But again, equally so, I think to some extent, they are trying to make this thing to look, this process is there. There are people, because it has been an election in the public space. There are some news we've been hearing. We say these are the guys that are behind the guys to go protest to make Raji look ugly, because some of them, they want to come to prominence in football. football. Some of them got ambition to contest as president of Liberia Football Association. Yes, it is your right. The Constitution provides when you meet all of those criteria or standards to contest the presidency of Liberia Football Association, yes, you come to the public space. But to have behind a certain group of people and just come, and this is what I want to say. We were there, we saw some of the faces. Let's be real. Some of the guys we saw protesting, you can see that these guys did not wake up one morning, yes, say, oh yes, part of our convention, let's go and call. Yes, to some extent, some of the guys we saw, these were people who were being programmed to go and do what they were doing. Imagine playing an international game here where you had international guests and other here, the kind of languages the guys were using, embarrassing the place, that kind of atmosphere. We can't do these things. I think the Raji administration have always been opening up for some of these conversations regarding the process of accountability and transparency. So when we have some of the issues, let's go and engage the administration through a kind of constructive means. But you put people on the street, you give them placard, the guys who assemble at Orange every day, they chanting these kind of slogans. It's not going to help to solve some of these problems. Trust me, it's not going to address the situation. Like I said, Raji is not going to be president for Liberia Football Association forever. No. But when Raji is leaving, one thing I can say, I'm on the record, Raji has laid a basis of foundation that any other administration that will come, once you are smart enough, you can see us smoothly on the foundation or the basis that Raji had laid to make progress. Once you are a smart football stakeholder, because Raji has put a lot of things in place. When you come in today, you're not going to start from scratch. No, like yesterday we were lacking almost everything. Today, look at the kind of subsidy who have receiving. Some of them receiving over 30 plus football. They're giving it cones, different training materials, all of these things. When the administration of Raji received these things, football boosts and other things, he gave back to club. Before we used to hear about these things under the Musa Belete administration at Zeta Wesley, we were hearing about these things that were receiving them from CAF, FIFA, and other football bodies. They would come in and give this assistance to LFA. And in turn, you cannot see anything. The clubs will not receive anything. And we had our clubs struggling today. But today, the clubs then can receive the kind of support from the Liberia Football Association that helping to buttress the effort. And we just want to honor everything. I think we have to be careful how we train. We shouldn't make sports. Like I said, if we want to make everything political in this country, trust me, we're not going to make progress. Football is a whole different field. We should be talking about how do we improve, how do we expose our talents, how do we invest in grassroots programs, other things. I think these are the kind of recommendations, proposals should be coming from the angle of women slave them who have been around, serving the LFA, the kind of history we know them, the less of you to make them. You should be offering these kind of recommendations to the Raji administration, offering the kind of proposals saying these are things that I think we can do that will better football in this country. These are things that we can do that will improve football in our country. But not just to go every day, you just protest. Every day you go writing the social media, oh, football is in this wasted. Raji is not giving a account. Raji has received over 15 million, and there's no evidence to what you are saying. No, we need to be honest in our conversation. Now, another come here again, the guys are saying Raji can give an account for the 319,000 loans from FIFA. This is another allegation. $319,000 loans from FIFA. When did the loan come in? When did FIFA give the loan? What was the intent of the loan? Raji, is it true that the Raji administration received a loan of $319,000? I'm not saying the information here is false again, but this is an allegation that we have to dig deeper into to ascertain the fact whether it is true that the Raji administration received a loan of $319,000 from FIFA. What was the intent of the loan? To do what with this money? So you see, these are some of the points. So when you put forward these points in the public, again, other people are going to buy into it. But for some of us, no. We're not just going to say you are right. We're not just going to say no, you are lying on Raji. But we're going to investigate because we are investigated generally. Like I said, we're going to take us some of our time in the coming weeks. We'll visit the headquarters of the Liberia Football Association. We're going to find time to sit with the President Mustafa Raji. We're going to also find time to sit with the media communication department, other people who are there running the day-to-day activities of football in the country. We want to tell them because it is our work as the watchdog of society, most especially when it comes to these kind of issues that brought us on the integrity and credibility of the Liberia Football Association. So we're going to find time to sit with the leg of Mustafa Raji, maybe the vice president, the the media department, or other people there who are controlling football activities in the country, we're going to sit to them and tell them these are the allegations there in the public. These are some of the points people have against your administration. How true is this information? What do you have to say about this? And we are promising we're going to come back here and give you some of this feedback as we get them from Mustafa Raji or other authorities at the angle of the Liberia Football Association. We're not just going to let this lie on the carpet. No, we're going to take that very serious. So quickly, let's just acknowledge some of our online followers. We have K. Leonard Toba, he's following from his comfort zone. And Brooklyn Jara, he's following from the United States of America. He says, it's good to see you back here. Yes, we are back here. We've been battling cool for a week since I left the SKD on Monday when the Lone Star of Liberia played Equatorial Guinea. I came down with cold, but I'm happy to be back, and we are here. We are kind of energetic, and we are here to do the people's work. We are serving. We are called for. We committed ourselves to this, and it's always our duty to be here to ensure that we do the needful. So we also like to acknowledge the chair, the presence of Amos Tama, the chief of office staff in the office of the political leader on Andy Brooklyn Jara. Here the Andy Brooklyn Jara Foundation and Team Andy. He's following live from one of the bases. The bases remain unknown today. He has failed to disclose the base he's following for, but he's following all that. And we have Chairman Herman Gadiel Bronsky. He's following for Upper Buchanan. The chairman is following for Upper Buchanan, which I don't know what kind of Upper Buchanan he's talking about. Yes, but we want to say thanks for following. And so for those of you watching, please share our video. You can also invite others to follow. The program you are watching is Sports Inside here on Foca Online TV, or detailed in-depth sports magazine program that brings you all of the development from the world of sports. Next weekend, we're going to talk a bit about basketball. Like we said today, it is just about football. We're looking at the protest action against the Mustafa Raji administration. The newly inducted leadership of the Liberia Basketball Association, again, they are being hit over injunction from the court. So they are put hold all basketball activities in the country again. So next week we're going to talk about that, but today we're talking about football. So we'll take just a little break, and when we come back, we're going to continue with the program. Just a little short break, just a water break. Good day, folks. What a pleasant and warm way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Foca Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Foca Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. All right, thanks for rejoining us on the program Focus Sports Inside Live on Foca Online TV. We broadcast from our main studios here in Topo Village along the Japanese Freeway. And this is a 1-hour sports magazine program that brings you detailed and in-depth analysis of a development from the world of sports. So today we are talking about the Liberia Football Association. They have come on a serious public scrutiny for nearly a month. There have been consistent protest action from some football fanatics. They are calling for the unconditional resignation of Mustafa Raji as president of the Liberia Football Association, and they are also demanding with immediate effect that Ansu Keita be dismissed as head coach of the national team of Liberia. So we've been reading the counts from the guys who've been protesting. They say Mustafa Raji should resign or he must go for a number of reasons. We have been reading all those counts for you. We write up to 6 counts. We've been reading the counts for you, the reasons for which the guy are saying that Mustafa Raji should step aside as president of the Liberia Football Association. So count number 6, the guys are saying Liberia is now the least football country under the Raji administration. And this is why we say everything we must do it with honesty and sincerity. Are you saying Liberia is the least football country under the Raji administration? When you say the least, is it in terms of FIFA ranking? For me, I can't understand, but I think I want to strongly disagree. Even in the FIFA ranking, in terms of performance, whatever means you want to say, Liberia is not the least football country in terms in terms of whatever ranking you will say that Liberia is not the least of football country. If you even follow the zone that Liberia is in currently for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier, Liberia is being ranked over Sao Tome in principle. So how can Liberia be the least football country? So this is what we've been saying. The guys, they are protesting, but there are some of their points or some of their counts against Raji for which they are saying Raji should resign. Some of these counts they are not very sincere. They are not being honest. So to some extent, people want to agree that those guys that are protesting, they are people who have been teleguided by other actors who want to get at Raji, either directly or indirectly. Some of them, they were part of football before in Liberia. They were insiders. They were part of the leadership at the angle of the Liberia Football Association. And today, they were voted out. They had no impact, and they want to come to hide behind other innocent young people to get back to where they were because they found it they see it as an entitlement. And I think it is not right. If you say Liberia is the least football country under the Raji administration, I'm not going to agree with you. Liberia is being ranked over a lot of countries in terms of football. The Liberian league is far better than a lot of league around the world. There are a lot of countries' league we can compare to that Liberian league to tell you that Liberian league is better than those leagues in other countries. You have foreigners playing here in our league, other people leaving from their countries to come here to play in the Liberian National League. So when you say the least, again, we don't understand your definition of least. You have to be clear. So this is why we say the points from the protester, yes, you have some of those points, they are being honest, but some of those points, again, the guys are not actually being honest. So Mustafa Raji should step aside as president of the Liberia Football Association of Liberia. He must resign and go for what reason? So who take over? So again, this is another point. If you are telling us that this person is not doing where he should go, you should be recommending somebody. Yes, if Raji is leaving, this person is capable enough to fill in this gap. This person should take over. This person is better suited to fill in this point. But again, you are not making no recommendation. You are not telling us who. You are not offering no solutions to some of the problem that you see is existing at the angle of the Liberia Football Association that is responsible for the slow pace of progress of football in this country. But all you want is Raji must go, Raji must resign. At this point, we want to say you are not being honest. No. All of us here, we want to see the betterment of football in this country. We want to see our league at a standard where we can be compared to other major leagues, not just in Africa, but across Europe. Yes, we want to arrive at that point. But while we anticipate seeing that, again, let's come to the public space with honesty and sincerity. So some of these counts that we say you level some allegations or accusations against Raji with regards to funds he received. You talk about 15 million, you talk about 319,000. We will do our investigation to ascertain the facts, whether it is true that Raji has received this money. If so, if he has received this money, whether this money was used for the intended purpose, whether these monies were sanfon, as you say, we're going to investigate and we'll come back to the public to inform you with regards to some of these things because it is our work to go and dig beyond to bring the facts to the public. But however, we also hold it as allegation until it can be proven. Yeah, you say Raji should give account of the headquarters of the Liberia Football Association. Yes, we respect this position. Like we said, Mustafa Raji told us at a media dialogue, he said there have been some issues that are going on for a reason for which you cannot come to the public because, yes, to some extent, I want to agree with him. You come and you bring a report, say you spend this amount, and tomorrow again you come out to the public, you say another thing. I think it's going to lack trust in the public. So let's give the man, the administration, to take their time and be able to do their reconciling from the angle of LFA. Then you can come up with a full report to the public because when you bring that report, mind you, again, you're going to scrutinize that report and a lot of concerns is going to come from that report. So that's our point. So we've been following, again, we'll keep following and we'll keep updating you as the public who we think it is necessary to inform because all of us, one way or the other, we are the one who have to promote, support football in this country. So anything of such that matters around football in this country, most especially the kind of controversial issues that border around trust and integrity, it is our duty to come to the public to ensure that we can fill you up with this kind of information. We'll also try to establish contact with the likes of Yudu Miller or John Wayne. I've been following my colleague. He used to work with LFA. I learned that he's been suspended, I think, for a year or two for all footballing activities. Whether we can get Mr. Wilmot Smith too, who's also behind some of these allegations, to come in our studios and tell us the reason why he thinks Raji must resign or he step aside. We will make efforts to ensure that we can get some of these guys involved, because it is good to also hear from the horse's mouth, the guys who are the direct or individuals behind this process. So during the course of the week, we're going to establish contact with these guys. We're also going to establish contact at the level of the Liberia Football Association to see whether we can invite some of these guys in our studio so we can talk about these things so you can hear from them. So again, Focus Sports Inside Live on Focus Online TV, broadcasting from our main studios here in Topo Village along the Japanese Freeway. If you are following and probably you got a concern, you can just register that in the comment section, or better still, the numbers on the screen there, you can call that number via WhatsApp. You can place in your call to make your point, and we're going to put you through so that you can have your say on the program. We have 5 minutes to go to the program, so we're going to be wanting to cut it down within the next 2 or 3 minutes. If you have a concern, maybe a question or a comment, you can just leave it in the comment section. We're going to read that out for you. It is a question you leave in the comment section. We're going to address that. If you want to call, the number is on the screen. You can call that number via WhatsApp and you can put your points through on the program. So no call is coming in. And I think, again, we want to say thanks to all of you who've been following our live broadcast here on Focus Online TV. It has been an incredible 1 hour sports presentation talking about major development from the world of sports, specifically football in Liberia. We've been talking about series of protest action being carried out for the past days by some football fanatics. They guys are saying that Mustafa Raji has dismally performed. He's not doing well with football in Liberia, so he must step aside. They have 6 counts, and all of the counts they have listed it, and they've been protesting at LFA headquarters and that of Orange GSM Company on the back part. So we'll keep following and keep updating you as the public. It has been incredible audio with you today. And we want to say thanks. We will join you next week, Saturday, with another fascinating edition of the program Focus Sports Inside Live on Focus Online TV. So on behalf of the management of Focus Online TV, I want to bid you a pleasant farewell. I will say thank you for today. Enjoy your weekend, and God bless you all.